I think I've figured out the single most important thing in my life that I need to change right now that will make everything else easier or unnecessary. And that comes from a book called The One Thing, written by Jay Papasan and Gary Keller. It is a freaking awesome book. Highly recommend it if you are looking for something to read that will help set you up for 2024. And the thing that I realized about myself that I really need to change is focus. So a podcast I used to listen to when I was young by John Lee Dumas. It was called Entrepreneurs on Fire, an amazing podcast. And one key thing that he left with me that I'll never forget is he defined focus as focus on one course until success. Focus. I gotta get that tattooed somewhere because that is fire. Entrepreneurs on fire. Anyways, and one thing I've realized is if you stay consistent with something for long enough and you stay committed to the actions, then eventually you will see success. And it's not about the outcome, it's about who you become in the process. You will fail over and over and over again, but if you stay committed, you'll learn from your mistakes and you'll start learning new ways to actually succeed and fewer ways to fail. And one of my big weaknesses in 2023 was my lack of focus. I was traveling a lot. I was out of the country for over 3 months out of the year last year, which was awesome. But all the traveling and all the trips spread out through the year broke my focus and broke the momentum I had in a lot of areas. When I got back home from the trips, I didn't pick up where I left off. I had to start over from scratch on a lot of things. So in 2024, I'll essentially be putting all of my skill points into discipline and consistency, foregoing the short-term reward and just committing to the process, committing to the actions, and committing to learning. So what areas am I going to be disciplined in? There are a lot of different areas. There is areas of my business, my personal life, health and fitness. I'm not going to get into the specifics, but I will go into the specifics of how. And the main one is accountability. They say when you write down your goals, you're 30% more likely to achieve them. But when you add accountability, you're 70% more likely to achieve them. So accountability will be a huge pillar in staying consistent. So putting myself out there to my peers, my colleagues, my family, my coach, making sure that they know what I want to achieve, how I'm going to achieve it, what my plans are, and having them hold me accountable. The other piece of that is the mental game. So staying consistent even on the days that you don't want to do certain things, or you don't feel like doing certain things, or you just don't really see the end in sight. Just staying committed through the hard times, knowing that the actions will pay off eventually. To round it out, one thing that my coach mentioned to me that is helping me stay consistent and has helped him stay consistent in the past. And he says, it is not about the outcome. It is about who you become in the process, staying consistent on the days that you don't want to do the thing. Subscribe if you want to keep up with the progress in 2024.